loser semifinals today. It should be pretty fun. Looking forward to both. And yeah, I don't know if y'all have anything else to say, but otherwise I think we should be good to mute, and I'll do a countdown and stuff in the chat to reveal the card. And after a minute, I'll do another 3, 2, 1 countdown to actually start. So.
Heck yeah.
Cool. Have fun.
Best of luck.
Have fun.
Good luck, y'all.
I should have had a piece of paper ready because I didn't realize there were going to be generals.
No worries. Hopefully we'll do a little better about tracking the generals this time. I admittedly was not very good at it last time, so I'm trying real hard to focus on it this time.
Yeah, I'm not exactly skilled at it.
To be fair, it's like really hard to actually commentate what's going on and then also keep track of like where everyone's at. Thankfully, spoilers, the only new general goal that we have this time is the Metroidvania one, so we should be pretty good. There are a couple of new regular goals, but I'll go ahead and ask the players if they're ready. And then we can start talking about some of these goals. Because who knows how long this match is going to be after Winner's last match.
Yeah, I'm writing down the generals on my paper right now.
Alright. 3, 2, 1... reveal. And started the timer a second or two late, so I'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, so I really like this board because the center square is a new Planet Zoldath space that I really wanted to see, where players actually are going to have to use bingo sync number 040327.
Or yeah, I see 40327, so you have to add a 0.
Yeah, so I'll just go ahead and let them know that in chat since that's a new one. But yeah, I was very excited when I loaded up this board and saw that that was center square.
Yeah, and honestly, you or chat is going to have to let me know, what the heck is Trotters?
So Trotters is basically level select, but for Planet Zoldath seeds.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so basically the players, if they want center square, will just hop into Trotters, use that specific bingo seed, and then if they die, they can actually like use the information that they learned last time to like build on that. Ooh, double pilot quest. We do have two pilot quest spaces.
Yeah, it looks like I thought Winnerbit was going to jump right into Cyber Hours, which I know she quite likes and is very comfortable with, but I like to see both players start up at a little pilot quest.
Yeah.
Also, can you let me know, am I crazy? Like, I don't know how this can be possible on Discord. Toots' game is like a slightly different shade of blue from Winnerbit's. I don't know how that's even possible.
Yeah, I've noticed while casting that some people just have like very slightly different captures, even though it's supposed to just be game capture through Discord.
Yeah, that's so bizarre. And there's no settings in UFO.
Yeah, no. I think Toots capture specifically, if I remember right, has always kind of given casters a little bit of not like headache, but there definitely are just like some slightly different stuff with, I think, Toots setup specifically.
Interesting. Alright.
Are you allowed to stream non-Switch 2 stuff today? I sure hope so, because I'm broke as fuck and can't afford one.
Yeah, trust me, I would be out there on the lines with my homies that were getting some, but I'm like, I don't get money for that. Sorry.
Yeah. So seeing Toots go for the 5 Campanella coffees is pretty fast. This Kick Club goal is also new, which is really exciting. Beat Racket World without using uncharged kicks, meaning every single kick has to be one of these blasted off shots.
Interesting. We're going for that one right off the bat. Not what I would have expected, but then again, I don't know. Maybe this is quicker than I'm giving it credit for. It is cool though. I've tried this once so far.
The good thing about all these goals being brand new is I feel like we're all kind of back to like square one on not really knowing exactly what's like most optimal to go for right now. So should be pretty fun. There's also some pretty good Waldorf's Journey synergy on here if you like happen to get a very good run. Also, Winter had to unfortunately restart because used a regular kick.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a bit of a bummer there. I saw that. All right, that is 5 coffees. We are dying
on the board.
Is there a leaderboard to put in here?
No leaderboard. What's the gift for Camp 1?
15 lives.
Yeah, I probably don't stand in for that. As long as one right now. But...
I wonder what Toots is up to here. Maybe we're going for the boss, and we just want to dump off some of the lives early. I love that there's 2 pilot quest scores, by the way. That's going to be really cool if it gets to that point.
Good? Is it not refreshing the board on here?
Okay, looks like Toots did what he needed to in Camp Vanilla, whatever that was. We're thinking about what to do next. There's quite a few options here. There's 2 Waldorf squares, which do kind of synergize into each other with the 35 shells and entering the palace, but he just smacked Tiramisu in the face just for fun. That was kind of funny.
Yeah, this kick club goal's very good.
Alphazar time. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw that space 2 Alphazar's hat clear stage 1 without dying. If you don't die, stage 1 isn't that long.
True. Yeah, this one's not too bad, but it's bad for me because I love to rush in this game. It was like dash, dash, dash.
Oh, yeah, no, I'd take my sweet ass time in Alphazar's hat, but I think you kind of have to with this goal, and especially kind of either try to build up your options and stuff like Toots is doing now, or just I would probably just spam the like 2 purple healths, and then if I needed more health, just go for that.
Absolutely. See, I apologize. I told you earlier. If it goes past 10:30 EST, so about an hour and a half from now, I'm probably gonna have to dip because I gotta head out.
Okay. Yeah, no worries.
I figure it's not a big deal if you have to do the last
5
minutes. That could be a crazy jarring thing.
Yeah, I was planning on doing the entire thing by myself, so definitely down to just have you here while you're here.
There you go.
You did buy Sol Sesto earlier? What's that, Vanilla? I haven't heard of that one yet.
I have heard of that game. People were talking about it. Who sent that to me? Somebody DM'd me that and was like, "You should play this."
There's some game that I want to check out that Karma was playing the other night. It's called like Popicom, I think. But it's like a co-op shooter platformer kind of thing. Like it kind of reminded me of the little bit I saw of like a mix of like Splatoon and Breath of the Wild with like co-op and stuff. It seemed pretty interesting.
Oh, is it? Wait a second. That's got to be the same artist that does Maple Story art.
I think so. I'm not 100% sure.
This does seem cool. I'm looking at it. I'm pretty sure it's got like.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. It's like kind of futuristic looking.
Yeah, it's like kind of futuristic. Like I got Splatoon vibes from it, but it's also kind of like physicsy, platformy stuff, and it seemed pretty cool.
It does seem pretty sick, actually. It looks very nice.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I kind of want this now. I am wishlisting it.
Should probably also actually do that. So,
all right, Winnerbit, I want you to get past this. Hopefully, if I were her, if she messes up again on this run, I would definitely try to pivot here if I were her. But...
yeah, I would say this stage in particular is probably the hardest in World 1, just because these tennis ball guys can definitely get pretty overwhelming, but this is also the only stage in World 1 that I actually used the charge shots for personally, so...
yeah, I love this one. I like using the charge shots pretty frequently.
I feel like I like using them and then just never actually use them outside of World 1. Meanwhile, Toots is already at the boss in Stage 1. And if you know the boss and where to stand, you should be generally okay with this one.
Fun fact, by the way, I was going through a lot of the sprites for all the games in UFO 50, and I was sending them to a community member, Stan. Shout out Stan. And we found some very interesting stuff. Let me go grab the name. I learned that Josie in the files is called Slurp.
Huh.
Or at least in the sprite, it is called Slurp.
So, Slurp's getting some damage in.
Oh yeah, hold up, wait. Oh my gosh, 1 HP. That is kind of scary, but probably good. Assuming we don't get hit by a stray fire. Yeah, this is looking clean.
Nice. Good job.
Clean. Okay.
Meanwhile, Winner is also in the World 1 boss, hasn't used a non-charge shot yet, and I would say this boss in particular is probably the most different with this goal, just because you're normally used to kind of spamming shots at this guy and just killing him fast.
Yeah. You just go up and just punt a ball forward like a tiny bit. Ooh, it's so tempting. Ooh, it's actually scaring.
Luckily, Winner's got another 2 lives, so... Nope.
Oh,
nope,
well,
there we go.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Be careful, Winner.
Oh, man.
There you go.
Oh, thanks, God.
Alright,
Okay,
Toots,
I mean, that only leaves
seeing the
one room for
synergy
error
with Waldorf.
forward. Okay. Whew.
None of the...
Oh, whoops.
one
I thought
boss
it
has
was
been
Track
beaten
World,
so
not
far,
Racket
right?
World.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's only one boss for each of them. Toots did not get a boss in Campanella. Or, sorry, one boss for each of them. Toots did not get a boss in Campanella, but he got a boss in Alcazar. So they're both. Alright, so looking back at the board here, is this for a boss or am I blind and cannot see a Cyber Owl square?
Probably just quick bosses. Cyber Elves is pretty good at that.
And she's already got one boss down, so... I do find it funny between the Kick Club square and the Demolition square. There's 2 squares on here that you have to fight for instance.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with the music. This is supposed to be chill D&D, and then it was not, so it's definitely just ended up slipping into Linkin Park somehow. I'm not sure.
Okay, Maniac down. Psycho. Stop moving.
You like the music going right now? Well, thank you, Vanilla. It's more chill to just, like, listen to and do level design to and stuff than it is to commentate over for UFO 50 though. So looking like Winner's just going for some pretty fast bosses here. Cyberells is definitely very good at that.
That cat is running across. Boom. There's the key.
Meanwhile, Toots is also 1% away from a gift. Gotta make sure we're paying attention to those two. There we go.
There we go. There's one. And I'm pretty sure that is the gift there. I'm pretty sure he did not get a bonus round on Alphazar's hat, so I don't think there's a gift there. I don't know. You have to like actually beat the bonus round for it, right?
I think so.
I believe so, yeah. I don't think it's just like get to the bonus round. I think you have to actually beat a
Winner did not get the wall dim sum.
Ooh, well, I guess it doesn't matter. 3 lives in the. I was gonna say
not go for the cherry, I guess, so it's probably fine. But
oh wow, the casual Cyber Alice cherry would be kind of wild. Never say never, though.
Especially with the new rules, I guess it theoretically is possible. Where like you gotta get cherries and stuff that are all on the card. If you just happen to get like a really awful card where Cyber Owls is somehow your best cherry to get. I'm sorry.
Well, 1 Octavio down.
I have not been watching too much of the Waldorf gameplay, but for Puffins at 76% seeming pretty good. Toots just marking off the 35 shells at once. And only needs 2 more puffins to be able to get in. This is a pretty hard goal, honestly. Like, even if you get it quickly, it's still like a couple minute goal.
I'm scared of this one. The 6 puffins one?
Yeah.
Like, all it takes is one little slip of the finger.
Well, or even playing perfectly and just, like, not seeing the puffin in time, like getting to it with 5.
That's true. Ooh.
Oof, sketch.
Oh
okay.
my god, that's what I'm talking about?
Yep.
It's like, it's so scary. Alright. Well, unless Toots missed one, he's probably set here as long as we stay the course. Very nice jump.
Yeah, I would imagine there's probably one in the last 10%, but definitely got to be on the lookout for him here. And Pig right up top is a little sketch, but thankfully knocked it off pretty quickly.
Oh, this is cute. Okay. So I think we're going to grab a gift while we're in here as well.
Oh, good call.
Okay.
Don't normally get to see the rescue mission from Cyber Owls. In my opinion, actually probably the coolest part of the game, so I'm a little sad that you never get to see it.
I know. No, I'm right there with you.
That was really,
Tommy,
really unfortunate. Oh man, looks like Toots missed the puffin. So unfortunately,
Oh, really?
yeah. I was worried about that final like 11% because normally I think you have to have the 6th by them.
That's fine. That's a gold at least.
Yeah, it's a good gold. It's a good fast one, and with the recent changes, you aren't allowed to get a Waldorf gold unless it's actually on the card. So, good to pick that up while he was in there.
This is what I'm talking about. This is get me out in a nutshell. They've thrown a grenade in the same spot like 5-6 times in a row. What is happening?
Cyber Owls, I'm trying to praise you, buddy. You can't just... You can't show...
That was comedic. What the hell?
Yeah, so unfortunately, the Get Me Out rescue missions are randomized. I guess they're randomized in both floor layout and the enemies that you get, right?
Oh, you cut out for a second. Floor layout and what'd you say?
The enemies that you get each time, or is it like set based on which owl that you get? I don't actually know too much about the...
I could not answer the latter part, but I know the level generation is random because I've seen pictures of people that just spawn in a completely like closed off room and they can't beat the level, which is pretty comedic.
That's hilarious.
But I'm with you. I love this minigame. I think the biggest criticism I have of Cyber Owls is that they do a really poor job of like implementing this minigame because you're almost encouraged to not play it. Like if you're going for cherry especially, like obviously you can't do it if you're going for cherry, but if you're going for gold, most of the time like you just reset the game, honestly.
Yeah,
unless
definitely.
you really want to play.
I kind of wish that Antarctica was maybe split up into like 2 levels and then you actually had to rescue an owl in between. I feel like that would have been a good, easy way to like force the implementation of it without like making it, like you said, kind of discouraged to ever see that mini game because it never really makes sense to do it unless you're in a bingo setting trying to get a gift, basically.
Yeah, when I played through it casually, I thought for sure that it was going to be like, oh, there's going to be a mandatory rescue mission that's going to be different later in the game. And then I played it, I'm like, nope, there's just not. I thought maybe a Cyber Owl would get captured by the enemy and you had to go save them, but nope, it's just a death condition. So
yeah,
really cool, but
I definitely agree. Vanilla would have made sense narratively.
Oh, well, Vanilla beat me to the punch.
Toots might make this to Golden Trotters. It's looking like it. He is threatening the middle row right now, or the middle column.
For what it's worth, if he really wanted to, he could push. I don't think he's going to do this, but what's it called? He could push on the. Oh, never mind. I don't know why I'm looking at the wrong person. Winnerbit is what I'm thinking of. If Winnerbit wants to, this diagonal bottom left top right is not bad. Egg is really fast. Onion delivery, complete. Oh, this is one of the squares that has like an unnecessary word on it. It says complete the 4 days in a run.
Yeah. I haven't actually seen this goal in action yet. This actually seems like a kind of tough onion delivery goal just because you have to do it spaced out over a couple of days.
I think I did it once so far, and it felt pretty much what you'd expect.
Yeah.
I was kind of worried at first, but
I mean, I guess once you know your like route for time boxes and stuff, I guess it doesn't really matter if it's spread out over a couple of days or not.
yeah.
The triple wombo combo in Rail Highs. Let's go.
It's funny. People always say, like, you know, Camp 2 is, like, the most, like, Spelunky. I joke, and I say Rail Heist is the most, like, Spelunky, because you have, like, these moments where your character gets knocked around on the screen.
Yeah,
It's really funny.
I can definitely see that. I think Winner got the boss from Camp 1 and is now dipping into Star Wasper for some quick bosses.
Oh, we did. Yes, we did. I marked it down. Star Wasper, by the way, great choice for bosses. Just super quick,
Yep.
pretty consistent. If you're even half decent at it, I don't say that in a what's the word I'm looking for, like a malicious way, but in a, like, you know, even if you're not super confident in this game, I think most players can do boss 1, maybe boss 2.
Yeah, I think with the lives that you start with, even one boss in this is pretty reasonable. If you have unfortunately had the grind for gold or cherry, I think even 2 bosses is pretty straightforward. And then anything past that, you might as well just get the gold disc, honestly.
I have pulled out the gold for Wasper in at least, I think, 2 bingos. I don't think more than that, but definitely when I'm playing with Chaco sometimes, there have been 2 times where I was like, you know what, I'm getting bosses, and it was for leaderboards. I'm like, why not just go through it?
Oh, that is egg for Winnerbit. Thank you, Matt.
Yep. What's an egg?
Also, hi, Matt. How's it going?
Okay, chicken skip.
Close.
Chicken skip to your death.
This is boss number 4.
Probably has it here. Yep.
Winner will be going for boss number 5. And I mean, if Winner can parlay this into a gold disc, that's all the bosses here as well. Although I guess Star Wasper is not actually on the card, right?
Star Wasper is not on the card.
Okay, so just for clarification, because I did have this question in Bingo Chat, if you were using Star Wasper for the defeat 7 bosses gold, that doesn't count for a gold disc that's on this card, right?
No. How the rule of thumb essentially is if you see the name of the game,
Okay.
like for example, Metroidvania says Porgy, Vanger, Golfaria.
Okay.
Those would count.
Okay, that's what I figured, but I was just checking. The name of the game has to be on the card specifically, okay. In that case, I'm hoping we see a Pilot Quest gold. Might as well.
That's probably going to be the most common question that's asked.
Yeah.
About the new bingo format as we continue, until everybody kind of is on the same page that, yep, you can use the game if you see the name. We should make that a slogan.
Hopping into Hyper Contender for the Beat Tournament mode with the old HP settings. Mostly just to block that diagonal bingo that you were talking about. I think this is a good defensive play while Winner's maybe forced to try to block a bingo or 2 here. Dipping into her least favorite game. I asked right before stream what was the least favorite cherry, since they did just get all 50, and immediately said Fistel without me even like finishing the sentence. So.
I am kind of worried for Winnerbit here, though. I feel like, is this not the one where you have to get to stage 3 for you to do it?
This does seem like you have to get to stage 3, because there's not even a hole before then, right?
Yeah, but I know why. Because she's going to block the defeat 7 bosses by getting these 2
Oh,
bosses.
yeah, that's true. The bosses here are pretty fast, at least.
So, okay, pretty proactive. I wasn't thinking about that cross synergy there for a second, but that is pretty nice. And it not only blocks that, for what it's worth, it also blocks the column 3 and the row 5. So
Yeah.
And I will say they both these players opened up Pilot Quest at the start, but I believe Winnerbit has a significant lead now. I think she planted 4 seeds at the crash site. So she's probably going to have a good leg up on twos.
Yeah, I think so, but I think Winter also hasn't been back at all yet, so I don't remember if Toots has actually made it to the meat shack yet or not, but
I think Toots only opened it at the beginning, correct?
alright, just wanted that one quick boss. I guess did not want to stay in through wave 3 after all.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I mean, honestly, probably a good call. Done with bosses doesn't really make sense to stay in there. And might as well get the meat shack now while you're here.
Yeah. Okay, pretty good. Good block. Very good. Maybe can start some column 2 action. I apologize.
Yeah, I mean, column 2 does have that cursed Waldorf goal. Already going out for meat, though.
True, and for anyone just joining, the Waldorf 2-in-1 was attempted by Toots. Unfortunately, he, I guess, missed a puffin. He didn't die, but he missed one on the way to the palace, so wasn't able to get that. He did collect the gold.
Yeah, that is what I was kind of mentioning, though, is it's definitely pretty hard to even know if you've gotten everything that you're supposed to get until you get to the end, and you just kind of hope.
Chad is making a good point. I'm stealing that for when I do the square, if I do the square. I'm definitely, like, suicide jumping with the pile driver move into the pit. That's actually pretty goated.
That is a flashy bonus point if you do get that.
Oh my god, just let me bask in the glory that is the Pilot Quest soundtrack.
So, depending... Yep, be careful, Winter.
Whoa. I was like, oh my gosh, we hate the scorpion in particular.
Looking, honestly, fairly close to making a friend at the crash site. Maybe it just needs, like, a little bit more meat built up and a couple more ingots. And yeah, going for the Waldorf square. Might as well.
This is... okay, this is pretty cool. What I like about Column 2, and this kind of applies to games like, I guess, Nimpec, Star Whisper, Caramel, I do like that, for what it's worth, there is an interesting, quote-unquote interesting kind of dynamic in Bingo with the auto-scrollers where, like, it almost puts more emphasis on, like, if you're going to delay a square or your timing of squares more than it does the actual gameplay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say if it comes down to rock on for both players. I do kind of like that aspect with some of the more auto-scrolly games that you can play a little bit of mind games and that can kind of lock you in for the win as opposed to necessarily being better than your opponent. You know, ups and downs to that, but I like, it's kind of a cute dynamic that I like about them.
Yeah, I agree. And there's been a couple of matches I've commentated where that was a weird pig launch thing. Got like caught under the pig somehow. So if you're Winner, you got to be careful here because they are kind of flying through these levels, and I feel like potentially not getting all the puffins needed. You got to be like really,
that's the hardest part to me.
Especially without binoculars, you got to be like really kind of constantly just going like straight up and down to make sure you're not missing anything. Good call.
Do you use the binoculars when you play?
If I get them and remember that I have them. A lot of the time. Oh, there's two. There you go. They're just hanging out together.
Whoa! 2 puffins and 2 penguins on the same screen? What the heck? Wow.
Bird
what a
central.
blessed Waldorf scene. Holy crap. That's crazy.
Meanwhile, Hopper Contender seems to be going pretty well. I like to see Yogo here. You don't normally see Yogo as a character people pick, but honestly, a pretty good one.
Yeah, I've never played him, like, ever. But
He's
pretty good.
He's got range, and his shot that goes like straight up actually can get you some recovery. But apparently against Donkus, it does not matter.
Donkus. Oh man, I mean level 6 Donkus, you don't want to miss.
Yeah, the AI is unbelievable with Donkus, and I think unfortunately is proven that here. So how's it going, Smoke? Good to see you. Well, found another puffin, but is in a very awkward spot here. Thankfully the wind stopped.
Think we're good? Nice.
All right. One more, looks like. And 69% is definitely far enough away that there could be one more puffin up ahead.
This one is just so scary to me personally. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if others have as much trouble as I do, but I'm not only scared of this, just like getting the puffins because I could miss one, but then you actually have to get into the palace, and I'm not ashamed to say that I've had once or twice happen where I flub the very last jump.
Yep.
And like do that thing where it's got like a tailwind, and I try to go back to hit the door platform, but I shouldn't. I should have just let go.
Winner grabbed a balloon instead of binoculars. Yeah, the Yogo, I think I actually ended up using Yogo for part of my cherry because his like movement is entirely based on that like swinging stuff, but you can actually do it pretty fast.
1 HP against Wreck here. Takes up to half on Wreck's side. Maybe we can even it up.
He's got good mobility here, but unfortunately just got punched.
Dang.
Oh, all right. Winner got knocked back another like 20%, but that's okay. Got knocked back to the last puffin, so unbelievably fortunate on that one, I guess, because definitely was much farther past that puffin than before.
Quite a lucky thing. Oh wait, what are we doing?
Yeah,
okay.
there's an okay.
Oh my god! I thought she's about to type in pass rule without going into the palace. Thank God.
Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous. I'm not. Oh.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
Oh.
This is it. That's it.
Ah!
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Just one little thing. Oh my god. I'm doing it again. Oh no, that hurts so bad. That hurts my heart.
Yeah.
After such good luck.
That's a tough one. I mean, the good news is, even if Winner's just going for a gold here and they happen to get the puffins going for it. Yeah, I thought the skip was happening too, and then that unfortunate bonk. Meanwhile, Yogo mirror match. So final match of this. This would be a good block to block that diagonal upward bingo.
Right as you said good block, there was a block in Hyper Contender. Except, holy cow. Blue Yogo.
Yeah, Blue Yogo kind of popped off there.
Yeah. Oh, that's absolutely insane.
Winner did get over 50 last round, thank you.
I'm trying to remember if there's any other gifts that I missed. Is she at 2 right now?
I think Winner is at 2. No, 3 now that they just got Waldorf 2.
Okay.
Because they were just over 50% in that last run. I didn't count that yet.
Oh, the owl. I forgot.
Yeah, that was rescued too. Ooh, just dropped down. Okay, there you go. Oh, CPU Yogo 1. Unfortunate.
Dang! Wow.
Final
both
match.
Taking a real big hit on
Head-to-head penguin.
on the last part.
Let's go. Head-to-head puffin match. I was very much rooting for Tutes to be able to get the Yogo win there, because I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually really rep Yogo in bingo. Oh, all right.
Yeah, I don't see him a lot. I wonder who the least played character is.
I
Maybe Wreck.
I mean, for as much love as we give him, it's probably Donkus, right?
Maybe. Genuine question though, like I don't think I've ever seen someone play Wreck. Like ever
There's
in bingo.
one person on the leaderboard for Hyper Contender that plays as Wreck.
Okay. Well then. Now that you say it, I'm like, I can't think of anybody that plays Donkus either, to be fair, off the top of my head.
I feel
even
like
Moses
final
and
match
all that
Donkus would be impossible.
It'd be hard, that's for dang sure.
Gilroy's a little low. Yeah, I played as Gilroy for my cherry, but I don't think I would ever like play as him voluntarily outside of a draft match.
Yeah, I know Glove plays Gilroy. Or no, Glove plays Braz. But I think he also plays Gilroy. Someone else plays Gilroy.
I think Gilroy's pretty good. I think Gilroy's pretty annoying to play, like higher difficulty though, so I wouldn't really want to do it head to head. That's very valid, Vanilla. I just can't get used to Donkus's like jumping personally. Alright, so Winner does have another attempt, but is in a kind of awkward spot here. Yeah, just gotta loop up
She's
there.
probably good.
Does still need a puffin at the final 9% though, and as we saw, that may or may not even spawn in the final 9. I think it's right in front.
Nope.
Nope, that's the stairs.
Nope.
Alright, so now the question is, do you just get the gold, or do you go back and try to find wherever you missed it? Because I feel like if you're a winner, you probably just get the gold, right? And move on.
Yeah, because you don't know where you would have missed it, right?
Yeah.
It could be in the first third, it could be in the last 20 seconds. I don't know. I think we're getting the gold, though.
Oh.
I think she... Well, maybe we're going to check. Or not. Okay, and we're back.
Going back.
And we're going back. Okay.
But also running out of fish. Gotta be careful here. I guess at this point, you just kind of gotta hope you fly into it. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think it's gold time.
Yeah. Might as well have tried to launch back and see if you found it at all. And then if not, just finish. But also kind of out of fish, so gotta be careful here. Oh, denied.
Oh, okay.
So this is a little awkward now.
Just barely knocked it.
Oh, good
nice.
ricochet. Good save.
Whew. That was close.
Yeah. So that'll be gold for winner. Unfortunately, did come a puffin short at the end again. This goal's brutal.
Yeah, you gotta really be very particular with it and very diligent. Do your best to make sure that you're always looking out for the puffins. And we know it's not just a one-off, because they both had trouble with this one.
Yep.
Oh, pass rule.
Going into past rule.
Right into it.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, this would be pushing for that diagonal bingo that we've been talking about for a while.
Yes, indeed.
Toots unfortunately didn't get a canned fish there, so stocking up on balloons. Oh, already had a canned fish though, at least. Using binoculars, let's go.
You, but like, I think the balloon is actually pretty awesome. I think it's a really good item.
I think so too. But yeah, this is the power of the binoculars. Didn't even have to look for the 6th one. Actually, just got it handed to him.
Using the peepers to find the puff.
Yeah, I think that right there kind of just showed off the power of binoculars for this specific goal, because now should have only 25% to go, and I think still has a canned fish. Good use of a beach ball here. Just launch forward and see where that takes you.
You know, they didn't have to put sunglasses on Waldorf when he used the beach ball, but they did, and I'm very much glad that they did.
Me too.
What can I say?
No.
Oh,
No. Had it and then just launched too far. This goal.
Keeps happening. It keeps happening. Oh.
As a Waldorf fan, I'm glad to see Waldorf on screen so much, but this game is not holding back today.
Seriously, that's crazy. And we saw some wild stuff with like the double puffin, double princess penguin thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Both players have been doing this goal really well. It's just, like you said, getting this and then actually like finishing the round is very hard.
Yeah, because like, you know, not only you gotta rely on the randomness of the puffin placement, you actually have to get to the door, and who knows what the platforms look like at the end of the level. Sometimes it's nice and clean. Other times it's a mess of like block platforms and random stuff and weather vanes.
Mm-hmm.
God, that is a heartbreaker though.
Yep.
They're probably both thinking like, what the heck what's going on?
Yeah, neither player has marked a space off in a minute after a very fast flurry of the first like 6 squares, so. And they both have switched off games. That is funny.
I think it's been 15 minutes if I'm reading correctly.
Yeah, I guess so. Damn.
Yeah, well, Waldorf do that.
Also, neither player has even attempted the Planet Zoldath square, and I'm a little sad about it, but that's okay. They're still playing.
I think we'll probably see it
I think we will
Possibly,
too,
if
because
Winnerbit
I think
gets
it's
this.
threatening bingos for both players.
Yep. That's the thing. Yeah, because Toots has the pressure on column 3. Winnerbit, again, I don't know if she sees this line, but I do think that as long as you're comfortable with Onion Delivery and Zoldath, the bottom left, top right bingo is one of the quicker lines on the board. The egg, I've never timed it, but I think you can do the egg thing in like a couple minutes. No more than 5. It's like I'm fairly confident on that.
Yeah, I would say eggs is probably my like least familiar general goal, but there is also synergy with that porgy space if you just use one of the porgy eggs for that. So
That's true. Yeah.
dipping back to pilot quest, that's also smart. Both pilot quest squares are still unmarked here. Now it definitely has enough meat to be able to dip out for a while.
Okay.
Probably not enough for 2 teleporters worth, but potentially enough to get a couple of ingots for friends.
Yeah, you need what? Is it 5?
I think it's 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it 10? I think it might be 5 to build the house and then 5 to build the bench.
Well, you only need the bench, right? You only need to you just need to see the guy.
It's 6.
Or is it 6?
Yeah.
It's 6, okay. Oh yeah, sorry, I wasn't clarifying. I guess I just meant like 5 to get the bench, right?
I think so.
Oh,
Nope,
there you go.
there's one.
Stick of butter.
And for those wondering, pilot quest bosses do count as bosses. Not like that really matters anymore because that square's marked off, but theoretically that big barrel could have been saved for one of the bosses here. Well, these little guys are, you might want to be careful. Still dipping into the, oh no, just trying to get this probably.
Just check what's in here.
Oh, yeah.
It's always, I swear it's always this guy in here when I check.
If you get back to base, do you keep the letters still?
Yeah, I believe so.
Nope.
Could be wrong, but
Well,
even if you don't, I guess.
let's see, I guess.
Go back. So maybe I won't say that with complete confidence. It has been forever since I've done it, like hundreds of hours to be fair.
Yeah, you do. Okay.
Or maybe not. I don't know. And back we go.
Yeah, it looks like you do. Cool.
Okay, you good. I just didn't remember if it's interesting that it doesn't show it while you're at the site itself. But...
Yeah.
Oh, Uncle Fester getting a little too close.
Meanwhile, some pretty smart play from Toots here. Really low on energy, but knew that there was a thing there. He used a propeller to kill a squid to get a key, to get enough shells to be able to get canned fish, to be able to clutch it up there. That was a very
I wish I saw that.
that was a very
was
smart,
looking at
cool chain of events, and I'm glad that I was looking for that. Yeah, that canned fish absolutely saved this run because Toots was like beyond out of energy there.
I love Big World. Oh my gosh! Whoa, we're kissing the guy.
Yep, that happens sometimes. Oh, wow. The beach ball shot to go perfectly to the next puffin.
Holy moly.
This is...
Oh, I think we're in it.
This is an unbelievable Waldorf's run. And got the fish. Just gonna chill. No reason to rush it.
Dang. Okay, well, into camouflage.
Got another propeller here. Winter dipping into camouflage for the collect a little bit of everything in every level.
Oh,
meanwhile,
beautiful.
Toots just got one little drop off. There we go. The cursed space has been fulfilled. And now also threatening that bottom row bingo. That was great.
Okay, good. Good. And he already had the gold, so he didn't have to waste any more time in there. Not that it matters too much, but... Okay. Oh, back in the pilot quest it is. Wow, they're like just going into each other's game like over and over.
Yeah, this is a fun.
Whenever one player leaves, the next player jumps in.
Sometimes in bingo, you'll see a match where like players are kind of just like completely doing their own thing the entire time, and then sometimes you get a match like this where it almost feels like the players are like watching what each other are doing.
Yeah. Interesting. Rakshasa.
I mean, 25,000 in Rakshasa is not slow. I feel like you could get that by like the start of wave 2 probably.
I don't know if you can do it that quick unless you get like crazy luck with some of the treasure drops, but I have gotten it on average. I usually get it in the spike room in level 2 just before the snake boss.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
But who you know, every now and then you could have like an enemy drop like frogs or like those pots and get crazy extra points. I actually don't know off the top of my head what happens if you just like grind the bugs. I think they give you like a point. I don't know if it runs out or the game checks for like a cap and then you just kind of stop.
I think if you, I've tried to point grind before, I think for actually this exact goal, and I think they'll give you points for the first like 3 or 4 enemies that spawn out of there, and then afterwards they'll just keep spawning the guys, but they don't actually count the points.
Okay, so there's a cap.
Yeah. So like the guys' spawns won't cap, but the points that you get from them do.
Not that you're ever gonna grind for 1 point, like
yeah,
the
no.
flies, but it is funny to think.
Yeah, I mean for the flies, I guess I don't really know. I was doing it like halfway through wave 2 after the like 3-headed snake boss thing, on those guys that like pop out of the caves or whatever. And those guys that pop out of the caves, like they'll keep coming or whatever, but after like the 3rd or 4th one, you aren't able to get points from them anymore.
When I was playing last week, I got 2 of the 2 bells on screen at once. It was pretty fun.
Wow.
Like I felt like a lucky boy.
How does it feel to be God's favorite?
I honestly, I wish you could transfer that favor onto a game that I'm like, not as good at.
Being God's favorite, but only for Rakshasa's drops.
Yeah. Oh man, pretty good. But yeah, chat is mentioning about the mid boss. I always forget about that.
Yeah.
I'm too scared to try to fight the mid boss with the skulls, and I can get 3 skulls pretty consistently.
Oh, those frogs had nothing to do with toots. Those flew off screen.
Oh, behind you. Oh.
All right, I mean,
Nice. The damage boost into the
yeah,
frogs.
got at least 2 of them. Lost his little green guy for protection, but probably worth it for the points there, honestly.
Well, he is not dropping bombs today.
Yeah.
What is going on?
He's just doing his laps around the park, I guess.
Dude, he didn't want to drop a bomb at all. That's wild. Okay.
Did drop the 1k hand pretty far away from Toot, so unfortunately I'm going to probably need to go pretty far into wave 2 here, but that's okay. One of the fun things about Rakshasa, for those that don't know, is the enemy spawns and stuff actually vary pretty significantly depending on how many lives you have. So the less lives you have, the easier the game is, the more like deaths you've taken, the harder the game is. And
I genuinely really like it.
Yeah, it's an interesting twist, because like when you're thinking about it, like trying to learn the game, you'd kind of expect it to be the opposite way around.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's kind of one of the many times UFO 50 is just like not get good, and then it'll be fun.
For those who know, this might sound weird at first, but it reminds me of Demon Souls. I don't know how familiar you are with like the world tendency mechanic in that game, but it's literally basically the same thing in Demon Souls, where the worse you do, you have a thing called world tendency, and it makes the game harder. New enemies will spawn, and although it might seem very cruel, and I think that was the intention in Demon Souls and this game, I actually like it from a replayability standpoint and a self-challenge standpoint. It's kind of cool if you want to like try to play the minigame and let's see how many skulls I can go through.
Yeah, definitely.
The yin and yang to it, I think that's kind of neat, and it's not just like, oh, this is ridiculous, it's making the game so hard. I love Rakshasa though, my god.
Yeah, I thought that Rakshasa was gonna take me forever and it was gonna be like a really hard grind for my cherry, and then I got pretty lucky and got it fast. So I'm personally pretty cool with Rakshasa, but I know.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. Much like sort of another game of its ilk, is it gets a lot easier if you kind of just know where to stand, what to do, where all the green eggs are, where all the bells are. Like, if you really explore and try to experiment a little with the game, you do get rewarded for your experimentation with some really nice safety measures.
Yeah. So I feel like if you're Toots, you might actually want this guy here for free 1k, but might be a little scared to spawn more guys after taking a couple of quick deaths there. Might just be trying to get up to this bell up here.
Maybe we'll see a gold disc.
I mean...
oh.
Saved, actually. That was fortunate timing. I wasn't actually sure how that was going to work because the egg was like still spawning itself, but...
Yeah, I think once the egg is like on the ground, I think you're good to go. Oof. Hit in the face with a rock. Shasa.
Yeah, these falling rocks in this stage are definitely pretty unforgiving.
Watch out for the bottom. Oh my god. Ooh.
The purple guys are known enemies of everyone except for Val.
Oh no, dude.
And
not like this.
Yep, this is 4-5 skulls is where this is starting to get kind of sketch for recovery, but did a good job there.
He's slick with it. He must have been hearing about how I was talking about the world tendency thing. He wants to get money.
Probably. Oh, I was gonna say probably gonna go for that bell, but I guess doesn't know about that bell. It's on the ledge right there to the left. So just going for trying to get this last 4k, I guess. Toots, hop down. Toots, there's point. No, Toots.
No. No. Oh no. Oh goodness.
Oof.
Oh goodness.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
Oh. Dang. Okay. Well, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, worth it to go for once, I'd say. Came pretty close, but that specific part of stage 2 does start to get pretty congested. Yeah, so there were a couple more points if you like hop down where Toots hopped up, where you can get like an extra 1k or so. And then there's also a bell, and that like right before that elevator part. If you hop up onto the ledge on the left, there's a hidden bell there.
Yeah, if you have a little green familiar, he'll fly around and try to show you that there's something over there.
That was the only reason I knew where any of the bells were, because he pointed them out for me.
Okay, now we're in a real test of skill. Let's go.
I am a little surprised to see the squares that the players have chosen, because there are still some like kind of fast squares on here.
Yes, I agree. I am kind of surprised on that too. Like we were talking about it earlier, it might not be the fastest, but hell, that X square was pretty fast. For what it's worth. What else is on here that's decently fast? The evolution one depends, your comfortability with that. That one's not too bad. Especially not as bad as it might read.
The warp tank goal is also pretty fast. I know most players aren't like super comfortable with warp tank, but that is only like 5 levels of warp tank.
Sure, it's not that bad actually. On the bad thing with me is, this is like almost like I guess you could call it like a reading comprehension like issue, or I don't know what to call it, but I'm not good with the names of the levels. I just think about what the level looks like. So I often glance over a warp tank square because of that, and then I will be like, oh shucks, I guess I should have done that one because I didn't realize it was that one. Yeah,
so healing sectors, it's in the second like quadrant of levels or whatever, but you just beat 4 of the first 5 and then kind of go straight to healing sector from there. And good time to mention that Spooty cleaned up a lot of my stuff that I wrote for warp tank goals, so now there's like a ton of warp tank stuff on there. I believe for every goal in warp tank, there's like specific maps, so like even if you have no clue where to go in warp tank, like it'll show you like where to warp to on like the ceilings and floors and stuff. So
you're cutting out right now.
Oh, sorry. I was saying there's it's in the dock now, there's a spot for basically every warp tank goal, where
Nice.
it shows you like where to warp and stuff too. So even if you're not super familiar with warp tank, I believe every goal in there is good.
Sounds pretty good. I'll have to. I want to check that out. Actually, I was looking at the resource dock recently because I'm currently adding a bunch of updates to the like the find X or do X stuff. I'm adding like images and stuff to them, and I didn't see that, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go check that out right now.
Yeah. I have a goal before next season to at least kind of try to sweep through and get at least like the knowledge checky squares out of the way. Meanwhile, triple ingot drop from Winter. Just getting all the ingots that they need here. Wow, that was a lot of ingots.
Wow. Holy cow.
That yeah, I feel like you just go back home, right? Oh yeah, might as well try to get one of the teleporters out of the way.
Yeah, get one teleporter, absolutely. Why not? It's literally right there. So. Yeah, I see it now. By the way, this is pretty cool. It shows like the arrows and like the circling what block
Yeah.
needs to be done. You're right. There is literally like a full walkthrough on the overworld too, like where to go.
Yeah, so the overworld I think also tends to turn a lot of people off of Warp Tank, but I honestly really like it. Like I like that it's kind of like a puzzle to get to certain levels and figure out where to go.
Yeah, I agree. I'm bad with it.
Yeah.
But I do like it. Oh, hi Isabel.
Yeah, might as well just get a couple more Zolnax here while you're here.
Zolnax? Oh my gosh, it's not
Wow.
crazy, but that's pretty good luck for the Zolnax.
I mean,
not bad.
for extra time is pretty good. I feel like at this point
you
you're...
take one hit
Yeah.
and you got to start heading back.
Oh, but we just made it to the other teleporter.
We're good. Boom.
And is able to use the second teleporter to go back. So this will be a pretty quick 2 squares for a winner.
Beautiful.
And honestly, with that, is pretty much right back in it, because now it's 5-5. That was
I'm
good
telling
planning.
you, yeah. I was saying earlier that she had some progress on Toots and Pilot Quest, and they both started the game up at the same time. So.
Yep. So now I gotta build the
be-
house, then build the
Woo.
bench. Or I guess you don't have to build the bench, you just build the house for the friend.
Yeah, you just get to.
You don't, have to,
Friendo.
you don't have to put your friend to work, you just have to meet them.
Wow, that was really nice.
Yeah, that was
2
clean.
Pilot Quest squares. Okay, Winnerbit building some momentum back up. That literally evens the game back up. That's crazy.
Yep. Just like that. It's 5-5, and honestly, neither player really far ahead of the other for really any of these other squares. Like, I think Winner has one
Yeah.
more egg, but going for the onion delivery
yeah.
square. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, well, we don't know. It could be that. It could be the egg. It could be both. You know, who knows? We'll see in a second here. But it doesn't look like we're going for just egg. It looks like we're playing the onion delivery square, yeah?
Nice.
Oh.
Onion delivery, do be onion delivery. And
Onion
on a
delivery.
related note, Sio can chill as a follower emote for anyone who happens to be following me, and we can chill and watch some onion delivery.
Well, that's a really funny emo. I love that. I don't know what the dude is drinking. He looks like he's drinking like rosé with coffee beans in it. I don't
Yeah.
know what's going on, but hey.
Either
Oh.
way, he's chilling. And hey, we're
you know
in
what I
Warp
could do
Tank.
now?
Let's go.
I personally have never done this, but I heard this is a thing in some southern states. You ever heard of people put like peanuts in Coca-Cola?
I have heard of it, but I don't know what that would like do.
People just put peanuts in Coca-Cola, I guess. Just for,
Might
like,
as
the thing
well.
They do it. I
Yeah.
forget where in the South they do it, but maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe he's drinking a nice
Yeah.
rose. Instead of Coke with peanuts, it's rosé with coffee beans.
I mean, this game does love coffee, so you never know.
Walmart gave everyone surprise Pringles and Coke with the Switch 2 pre-orders. Dang. I didn't know Walmart had like a license to sell drugs, but
Yeah.
okay, whatever.
I didn't realize Walmart knew their audience so well. They delivered it to their houses with it? That's hilarious.
Wait, actually though? That's wild. Interesting.
Winners reenacting Pringles and Coke and Switch 2s being delivered.
I kind of wish I went to the midnight release for the Switch too. I haven't been to a midnight release since like, well, I think Switch 1 actually.
Yeah, it's been a while for a midnight release for me, but I'm glad that people were able to do it. You have to watch 3 minutes of ads. Yeah, unfortunately, Twitch do be like that in order to keep pre-rolls off for an hour after on 3 minutes of ads.
Yeah, unfortunately, they be hemorrhaging that money.
Yep. So, the good thing about Warp Tank is even if you, like, don't super know Warp Tank, the early levels are still pretty fast. They're only, like, a couple checkpoints long. You can still take the little checkpoint squares. I think people, when they think of Warp Tank, tend to think of, like, the really long and complicated, like, later levels and stuff. But for this healing sector square, you don't play any of those levels. You only play the chill one, so...
Makes sense.
And yeah, just needs one more level here to be able to lower that ground down, to be able to access those levels up above.
And meanwhile, Winnerbit is nicely cruising through, I can't remember the name of the city. I know most people actually do know the name of it. I can't remember right now. Is it Zorg or
I have
like
no
that?
clue, but yeah. Ooh, but
we're
got
going on
Sludge day 3. Unfortunate.
That's a gift as well.
I mean, better to get it now. Well, I mean, I guess if you're not going for the gold disc, better to get it now than day 7, but... I personally, Sludge is one that I was kind of dreading during the cherry, so anytime I see it, I just kind of ugh.
The Sludge is not my favorite. I think I might hate the, what's one that really annoys me? Depending on what, like, your locations are, I kind of hate the onion. Sometimes that guy's, like...
Yeah, rain's pretty rough for me personally, but...
Oh, the rain is... I don't think there's any question. I'd be shocked if somebody said that the rain wasn't the worst. I could maybe see the sludge, I guess, but the rain is just like... Oh, it's just horrible. It's just horrible. Huh. Bro mentioned the Switch, now we gotta watch the Switch ad. No, it's probably because it is a brand new console. It's probably being advertised to everybody on Spaceship Earth right now. All right, plenty of time, 75 seconds to get these last 2 deliveries. Anything can happen in Onion Land, but...
Gotta go to Jurley's, though. It's pretty far.
Oh, I've seen quite a few. I think one of the Magic people I watch, I forget when he runs it, but he'll run it in between drafts, and I think it's like 6 minutes roughly.
Yeah, I think
like 10 or 12.
I think the maximum time you can run it is like 25 minutes of every 30 minutes or whatever. And I've seen a couple of people do that and just call it like an adpocalypse stream where they're just obviously only making ad revenue for the day.
I guess, you know what? I guess what would be better, doing that and like just getting it out of the way if you had to do it like 1 day a week?
Yeah. It's hard to say because, like, at least for me, I run the 3 minutes every hour just to keep pre-rolls off, so if people happen to be clicking into the stream any other time, they don't have to sit through ads because that can be kind of annoying.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's fair.
Winter taking the most caution possible in rain, which is understandable but also hilarious because rain doesn't like you moving slow.
I'm telling you, this is like absolutely wild. Also, I always found it kind of funny for like all the games that are super like technologically advanced in this collection. I wonder why it has like this rain effect where it's like a tiled spray. Very interesting to me.
Yeah, I imagine it's because the onion delivery map is so good, like massive and wraps on itself, that they probably needed to cut back space somewhere. And yeah, sludge and rain for this specific goal in the first couple of days is pretty brutal. And
okay,
not. Oh, there you go. Third time. Nope.
Nope. No, that's not gonna do it. Yeah, you gotta have more.
I think even if
Sorry.
Winner got that time box, it wouldn't really save anything, but that's okay.
It's fine. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We make do with what we got. It's kind of going.
So
No
it's a little bit of a mix of timing rules, but it's going to be an hour 45 is the end of the match. And they had a minute to review, so it's kind of like a mix of the rules. But the match is going to be over in about 40 minutes or so. And yeah, vanilla tiebreakers, so...
Ooh, okay. That's unfortunate.
Alright, so that was a fast warp tank goal for Toots. Didn't even really have too much time to commentate on it, but basically beat those 4 levels, went straight to healing sector, knocked it out pretty fast. Head-to-head onion delivery, let's go.
Okay. At least if Toots gets sniped here, it'll be pretty late.
Yeah,
Its run. It won't
it's
be too bad.
gonna be pretty fast.
Oh, duh. Yeah, music on for onion
Yep.
delivery. Okay.
I mean, I feel like you gotta have the music on. I say as the only time I cherried it, I had D&B in the background, but that's okay.
I haven't turned on the music in UFO 50 in a long time.
Yeah, I kept the music on for everything, and then one night I just felt like grinding to some of my own music, and of course that's the night I got the cherry, so I was like, alright. Didn't really help me prove my case of just play with the music on, but that's fine.
When I started playing bingo, I was like, I've listened to these soundtracks for so long. Like, I listened to them all casually. I heard the soundtrack and all of them. But once I started playing bingo, I was like, I don't necessarily need to to hear the I don't know, what's the song that drives me insane? The Tactics song.
Yeah.
Anymore. Okay, this might be a snipe coming in for Winnerbit.
Yeah.
She can close out this day.
It just
55
needs
seconds
one more delivery, and it's cheap storage right back at the start. So, if Rain
love to
plays
see that.
nicely, it's a big if, but
You really do. You love to see it. Cheap storage, like the 2 best words in onion delivery.
yep. All
That's my
right,
favorite, at least.
just needs to make it back now.
Whoa. Okay.
That said, Rain does make this difficult, but good job, Winner. Believe that's day 4. Yep.
Burlet Bakery has an argument to say. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. It's kind of like, which one do you like? The one that's to the right or the one that's to the left?
Egg Rush.
Okay.
I'm
Egg
assuming.
time.
So if you're Toots, kind of got to figure out if you're going to do an Egg Rush, go into Zoldath, or go into Hyper Contender.
And I'm assuming, I don't really know how I can 100% confirm this, but did we see the egg sign in onion delivery for both players? I'm gonna guess yes.
I'm assuming so. I'll count it for now, but I was not watching for if Winner or Toots saw the egg sign. I imagine Winner did because they were there for 4 days, but
Yeah.
going into Rock-On for...
There we go. To the one step to the side to make sure.
Might just be trying to push for that row 2 bingo, but that's gonna be blocked and worked on by Winner here. Yeah, it looks like it's to contribute to row 2, but find an egg in 10 games also blocks that diagonal bingo, and I think there's kind of no shot for Toots to be able to block that at this point. So I imagine this will come down to the 50-50 of someone going into Planet Zoldath or Hyper Contender, because it looks like this diagonal bingo that we've been hyping up all matches coming into play here.
Yep. Okay, there is another egg. There's so many choices you can go.
Yep.
To Campanella 2 or Rakshasa. I do this like I have this routed in my head so like well that I don't even remember all the games that eggs are in. I just know the 10 that I do every single time without fail.
Yeah.
Like, I think some people might do mini and max over, like, I don't know, something like... Actually, maybe not. I don't know what you would do mini and max over.
Yeah.
But some people I've seen do that for an egg. Yeah, you can too.
I feel like if you're maybe in mini and max for something else anyway, you might as well get the egg while you're there.
Yeah, 100%. Boom. That was quick. My personal favorite egg to get.
Is this diver's egg going to be egg number 10?
There it is. Buy a potion just to show a little gratitude to the shopkeeper. Oh, what's going on?
Maybe realize that potion should not have been bought.
Oh, are we just... Oh, we going to the slimy one, maybe? Or... I'm not really sure what's going on, because you don't have to buy it. I don't know if she...
She might think that you have to buy it. Yeah, just going for a porky egg. Maybe unsure on if that last egg counted. Hey, Christina, thanks. It's going pretty good. Hope you're doing well. So I believe Winner's actually already at 10 eggs, but is probably going to count this porky egg for number 11 just to be safe. Not really going to matter either way, because Toots is not pushing this at all, so...
Yeah, he's doing the old classic, terror overhead.
Yep. Which is theoretically contributing to a row 2 bingo, but like we've mentioned, Winner is very much on the way of blocking that right now.
Got to slap Toots on the wrist though, not using the snow spot on the rock there. A little suck.
Which spot is that? Because I know Smo's told me, but
so right above where he is right now. I don't know how to describe it, but like
it's like in the mountain though, right?
On there, on the bottom left corner of that giant rock that you can put a caveman in, and it's actually a pretty decent spot.
I was gonna say that's pretty much right in the way of that top thing, so
yeah. And you know it's a good spot because they put that rock there to try to make it so that you couldn't put escape in there. But
you can put one on the bottom left and the bottom right. That's hilarious. So Toots doing the good old-fashioned chicken farming to get some money. Just get some units earlier and just kind of get ahead of the game. Also,
I always
honestly,
play rock on like super freaking fast and like hurried because I'm always scared that somebody is in the square with me.
Yeah.
If I'm like 1 second too slow, I'm gonna get sniped.
Yeah, definitely, and especially in rock on, it's a pretty costly time loss. Winner dipped out of Mooncat, or dipped out of Porgy before getting a fish egg, and I think is just going for a Mooncat, basically quick speed run, real quick. Maybe doesn't exactly remember the closest fish egg, and just is more confident that a Mooncat speed run would be faster, but...
Okay, that is interesting if that's the case. Because I will say, there is a lot of quicker eggs you could do.
Yeah.
Mooncat for what it's worth. Well, at least we get to see some Mooncat, though.
Yeah. Always happy to see Mooncat, so I'm not mad about it.
Nice.
What's the onion delivery gift? Is that complete day 3?
I believe so, because Winnerbit did get it. Yeah.
Oh, it's 2 days. Okay.
Or 2 days. 3 or 2, something like that. Yeah.
I don't know if
Not a
that
gift
gift
to
is
go
going to
for,
matter, but I'll count it anyway. I mean, that would be a decent block from Winner if they're able to get another 4 gifts and just block that bottom row bingo.
Yeah, I'll definitely take it.
I think that's the last bingo that Toots would be able to get.
Toots doing pretty good. You know, not much to say about Rock On other than just making sure you're getting your efficient caveman placement, keeping good economy, and starting the rounds as much as you can. You have a fully upgraded Zola, which is 100% what you want to have, and pretty much anything at Rock On that allows it.
Yeah, I feel like the only level that I don't fully max out Zola like immediately is the final level, just because you have to be so spaced out. But
yeah, it's true because like you get much less of a benefit from your ability to move around since you're kind of in a way you're almost not moving since the map is so damn big.
Little surprised to see absolutely nothing at the top of this map though. Like, I know it's not like the best spot, but I feel like I'd normally try to design like something up there. I guess he's got the wheel like right up the front.
Up there.
Yeah.
Like I think the tar guy is probably my favorite piece in the game. Like it's, I don't know if it's really that like great, but I just like it.
No Mooncat on the card. Yeah, Matt, we think this is just for the final egg.
Yeah, and it's possible that Winnerbit already has enough eggs.
I think Winner got the 10th egg from Divers, but...
Oh, nice, let's go! Woo! Got the cool death thing.
Nice.
I like it.
But didn't that just happen? They might be going for like the end of game egg, and may not have been thinking that there's like an egg in Mooncat that also would count.
And for what it's worth, I mean, this probably is just for a gold disc, if I was to guess. To also go for that row 4 in case she needs to. But...
Yeah, but this wouldn't actually count as a gold disc that they could actually use for that, right? Because Mooncat's not on the card.
You're right. See, I'm forgetting.
Yeah, but did get the final egg. Blocked that space.
There's no Mooncat.
If you're Toots, might as well try to finish out this final wave. Does have to be a little careful here, but has a pretty good setup. And 7-7, by the way. This is a very, very close match, and neither player really has any progress on any of the other goals. We're seeing Trotters.
Okay, before going back into Hyper Contender. Okay, I did not expect that, but miracles can happen on this stream.
All right, random seed 40327. Our seed number of this bingo card, and the seeded Planet Zoldath. So I think this goal was really cool because normally in Planet Zoldath you can't really learn from previous runs, so you're kind of just stuck with whatever you got that run. This run actually does let you gain some information between lives. I was hoping for the double Trotters race, but I think this is probably smarter from Toots to block that bingo and go into Hyper Contender.
I was gonna say, wow, this is great timing on Toots' end. Thinking about the bingo, you had a 50-50 shot at which one Winnerbit's in right now, and he's making the correct call. Well, maybe. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Planet Zoldath could be really fast, and could actually probably be faster than Hyper Contender. Immediately blasts himself and loses an HP. Poor Braz.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, we did see a fall by the hand of Donkus earlier.
Yep.
So anything can happen.
So unfortunately, the one thing that does kind of suck about this Planet Zoldath goal is Winner will not be getting a gift for getting farther into Planet Zoldath, because this is a terminal code. And normally you would get the gift for, I think it's the Overworld piece. Yeah, and also will not be getting the gold, because will not actually be earning the gold disc from it.
I think it's the overworld. It could just be any map.
Is it any
I think it's
piece?
the
Okay.
overworld. Okay, it is any piece. All right. I guess most people just find the overworld one before the others, typically.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if the games did give you, like, I don't know how to describe this, but I think of it like, you know how in the Mario games, in the 3D ones, Mario 64 will use it as an example, when you get the star and you go back, it's like a clear one and you can get it again. I wonder what that would be like if UFO 50 did that for the terminal code, so instead of getting a gold disc, you got like a, I don't know, like a clear gold disc or something.
Yeah.
That would be kind of interesting for bingo purposes.
Yeah, that would be nice, where like it'd still count, but it's not actually adding to your like total or whatever.
Yeah. I guess it wouldn't really matter because at the end of the day, you're not going to see it on the, you know, the progress on your game selection screen. But
Yeah.
in an alternate universe, could happen. A lot of hamburger heads on this screen. Goodbye, hamburger heads. Oh boy, Gilroy time. Boom. Just immediate rocket to the face.
I feel like Gilroy is either one of the easiest characters or one of the hardest characters, and it's like entirely dependent on if your character has better range than him.
Yeah, because right now Gilroy is
Yeah.
looking like a chump.
It's rude that it still counted that Gilroy hit even though he was dead.
Well. We're fighting my favorite character, Voltana.
Yeah, Voltana's fun.
I love Voltana purely for the fact that there is at least, I forget what character it is and what map, but at least once during a Hyper Contender run, there'll be a map and a character with Voltana where I can literally just sit in the top left corner and the character will never reach me. I just shoot lasers down. But the AI at least, a real player will, you know, not have that issue. But
So, if Toots does get this Hyper Contender square, do you think Winner just quits out of Zoldath since it's not super helpful anymore?
oh man.
Because I guess at this
It's
point,
hard to
well,
split.
she's already got one of the map pieces, so I guess you probably just stay in it anyway, but
That's
I
what I'm
haven't-
thinking, but I see what you're saying, because you never know how long it's going to take you to find the other two. It can take you
yeah, like
15 more minutes.
I haven't been paying attention at all to if the trade piece is even like feasible right now, or if we've even like seen it yet. But
Have you ever seen a phenomenon in Zoldath that I've only seen one time? Some players I've talked to that's funny. Don't even know that it can happen. Have you ever seen the versions of these blue trees where they're smaller and there's like 4 of them?
huh? I don't think I have. No.
It is a thing that exists, and I feel like it's so rare. I've seen it like one time where there can be these like blue trees and they're like smaller and it's a different tile.
It's a
It's
half tile.
it's
That's
not-
hilarious.
not quarters. It's so weird. Like, it's
How
bizarre.
weird. Yeah. I haven't seen that before, but that's really funny.
The Zoldath things.
Must just be something when it like generates. It generates like half of the tile and not the entire thing.
It's like an intentional like sprite. It's not like it's not like a glitch. It's like a unique tile for the blue trees. I don't know what causes it,
Huh.
but it is interesting. What if I can try to find it in my sprites after this game? I'll send it in the bingo chat if I end up finding it.
Nice.
Thank you, choose.
Oh, there was almost a time limit in that Hyper Contender match. I didn't know there was an actual time limit for this mode.
Yeah, about to get told off for slow play.
There's 63 seconds and that match came down to the final 5. Wow.
I'm gonna try to stick around for Zoldath. I'm gonna.
Yeah, no worries. I know you gotta go
12
soon.
more
So.
minutes. 11 minutes now.
Braz just firing non-stop missiles.
Wow. Most intelligent Braz player.
All right, Braz versus Braz, level 8. I don't think I've seen the Braz mirror match, so it's really funny that they're just doing the exact same thing at the exact same distance. That was... Oh, the CPU dodged. I was confused how that happened.
Just immediately thrown in the bin.
Alright, so in the rematch here, gotta be careful. Obviously, CPU Braz has just as much range.
Ooh. This might be one of the scariest characters to have in the mirror, I feel like.
Oof.
Ooh, man. Holy moly.
Okay, gotta be careful here.
Kind of took that one.
Gotta be careful.
Very nice snipe.
Oof.
Oh. How is he doing?
Oh,
Clink.
a block with another missile.
Oh my god. The showdown of the century. It's like a Wild West.
Oh no!
Oh,
final hit. Rematch Braz. Down again.
Does he have one more?
No, that was the rematch.
Eliminated from the tournament. I'm telling you, like, it's not free.
Yep. Although, shout outs to Tutes for trying this tournament with 3 completely different players.
Kramer v. Kramer.
Sephi is my main. I feel like Sephi is arguably the easiest, but if only because I feel like the CPU Sephi doesn't float as much as you can.
I wonder how many people were even going to know Kramer v. Kramer is.
I got the reference. Alright, winner is in the dungeon also. I don't know if we've seen the trade piece yet, but does have the boomerang heading into the dungeon, which is a pretty good start.
Mr. Grabby, you need to die, you need to go away, you need to come down. There we go. Stinky cheese. Huh. Winnerbit, why you gotta do that?
The bug was just trying to eat.
Yeah, she literally baited them. It was for the rare resource, but it's funny to think that she's just like baiting this bug.
Alright, so
Just
got unfortunate
pushing
with
it.
the poison tiles and crystals. They're gonna have to find something to either cross the poison tiles or get rid of those crystals safely.
Zoldoth moment.
1 HP win with Elka, good job. So something that I'm noticing about these general goals is I think the ones that are for the games on this card are actually going to be pretty hard to do depending on the cards that you get. Because like... Oh, I'm cutting out? Weird. I think some of the general goals are actually going to be pretty hard to do depending on what games you like get selected on your card.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like depending on what kind of games you have to work with, it's gonna vary 100%.
Yeah, it could just be a Discord thing. Also, honestly, Discord audio capture's not the best, so.
Interesting, huh? Because that's weird. Yeah, I think it might be a Discord thing specifically. Yeah, because I'm noticing the green is like cutting out every now and then.
Huh. Yeah, now the mic is like maybe 2 inches from my face, so it shouldn't be cutting out, but it's probably just a Discord thing because that tends to happen. You know,
Yeah,
Elka just killed herself. Ricochet off the wall. Unfortunate. So both players kind of getting stuck in their respective diagonal spaces here. Late game Gilroy can be pretty tough depending on if you have the range advantage or not. Yeah, just killed him on the way down. Good job.
I love that giant thumbs up.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Alright, the Oompa Oompa versus I can't think of anything funny for Voltana. I don't know. Just space astronaut. katana, literally waiting until the very last second to smack away the nut.
Yeah, the problem with these like higher end difficulty computers is that they definitely get a lot better at countering your like projectile spam and stuff. So you definitely need like a mix-up move, I think, once you get to a certain point. Voltonic kind of just had the angle there, unfortunately.
All the games in UFO 50 that have like the sort of two-player AI thing, like Bushido Ball, Hyper Contender, it reminds me a lot of when I would train my amiibos back in the day for like Smash Brothers. There was like the jump from like level 8 amiibo to like whatever the max was. I don't know if it was level 9 or not.
Yeah.
Was like a canyon.
Yeah,
From,
definitely.
Like, trivial to reading your inputs and like perfectly blocking everything.
Yeah.
It's quite comedic.
Speaking of not trivial, these green guys are not making this descent into this dungeon easy. And Toots unfortunately did not get the Hyper Contender space again, and it's just dipping to Rakshasa. Might actually be making a good bet that Winner getting both of these squares in the diagonal in 20 minutes might be kind of hard. Because we are coming up on time. Winner's now pretty much uncontested for that diagonal. And it looks like Toots might just be trying to go for some of the faster squares left. And yeah, the Hyper Contender one's rough, because it definitely changes the way that you have to play Hyper Contender. And beating a full tournament is definitely not easy. Winner refuses to let these bugs eat.
Seriously, at this point, it's just animal cruelty. We're just baiting the mosquitoes. Evil. Oh, that's funny. How much time do we have left in this match? It's like 15 minutes.
It'll be done in about 15 minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna stick for 4 more. I'm gonna have to go.
Okay. Yeah, whenever you gotta go, no worries.
I have some Deltarune to play with my friends.
I am a little surprised that neither players tried the Devolution goal, because beat 5 rounds is pretty fast. And even if you get a little unlucky here, I feel like you can restart pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's not too bad. That's one of those ones, though, that is incredibly variable depending on the player. Devolution as a game might be like... How would I word it? Like, has the biggest variance in, like, player skill and familiarity across the board. It's probably Devolution, I don't know, Devolution and like Onion Delivery, I feel like is the pair. Yeah,
I would say that, because both of those games you either know pretty well or you don't, and you kind of just hope you never get a goal for.
Yeah.
Purple exactly. Guy immediately takes over Toots. Unfortunate. I don't think so.
I don't think we saw that.
I haven't seen them talk to the NPC yet, but I also haven't been paying super close attention to Zoldath, honestly.
She definitely got the translator at one point. I don't remember seeing her talk to more than like an NPC or two.
Yeah,
but, we're doing really good on the resources right now, so even if she finds it, there's more than likely a chance she'll be able to purchase it. So hopefully it's a dub coming in shortly, maybe even a cherry.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Not that it matters, but... Why is that so funny? Just the troll just standing while Rock Johnson shoots him in the dick. Like, what the hell? Damn. Bro just gave up. He's like, whatever. Just take me out.
Poor depressed troll that you get with one life.
He knows what's coming. There's no point in delaying the inevitable. Sometimes that guy will hop like it's his birthday. Other times, he just stands there.
Definitely. Oh god, those purple guys are hunting Toots down.
And meanwhile, Winnerbit is cornered with tiramisu.
These green guys are not giving Winner a very nice opportunity here.
I mean, for what you and everyone else is saying, though, is Winnerbit sounds like she really doesn't want to go into Zoldath typically. This is a pretty good performance.
Yeah, this is pretty comfortable. Snow says it seems like she's farming branches. Oh, yeah, maybe it is the ridiculous amount of the common thing.
Oh, like, the highest, like, possible number that I can spit out. Oh, come on, I really want to see this before I go. Show me the Zoldath.
Yeah, it is 32.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, yeah.
32. Oh, we're so close. I think I'll be able to stick around for it. Let's go.
And then if Winner is able to get this, it'll come down to if they're able to get that hyper contender square in 15 minutes. Because Toots does have the tiebreaker advantage right now, but obviously a bingo would take priority over that.
There it is. One more pretzel. Oh, whoa, hello. Okay.
Yep.
Phasing through the snail.
It's alright, take your time. Kill everything. There's 32.
Oh, this will be the perfect thing for me to see right before I leave.
Just do not succumb. So true.
It's true. You do have to get back to the ship for what it's worth.
Alright, there's the third piece. Just gotta get back home now. For the planet Zoldath Cherry. Which unfortunately won't actually be a cherry because it's the Trotter's Code, but is a cherry in our hearts. And that's all that matters.
Alright, I trust her to get back to the ship, so I have to leave now. Thank
no
you
worries.
for commentate with you.
Of course, anytime.
Have fun closing off the last 10 minutes.
Will do.
And yeah, maybe
see you around.
bingo person win.
Have a good one.
Bye, see you. Thank you. Bye, stream.
Later. Alright, so I don't actually know where the Zoldath ship is. I didn't see where it spawned in. It's right here. We're good? Okay. Good job, Winner. Tying it up 8-8 in the final 10 minutes here. Zoldath ship, yeah, I don't know why I didn't just call it the Campanella. And immediately dip it into Pastoral. There's sometimes where you're commentating where you know the thing that you're talking about and just space on it because of words. So yeah, if Winner is able to conquer the square, which has given both players kind of a lot of fits today, this would be a fitting end to the match as well as being a bingo. And even though, well, actually Winner would be up 9-8 then anyway, but thank you for hopping on, Guri. Good to cast with you. And if Toots is able to get this Rakshasa square, the only way that Winner would be able to win in time is with this Hyper Contender square. So it is definitely coming down to the Hyper Contender and the next 10 minutes square. And I think a regular speed run of Hyper Contender can be done in about 6 to 7 minutes. I guess I don't actually know if that changes with Pastoral or not, because I've never tried to run Pastoral, but I am glad that we got to see quite a lot of games today. Wasn't really expecting to see all of the Porgy squares, but did think it was funny that a bunch of Porgy squares showed up. Pastoral's much faster. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, because a lot of the time in regular run, you're kind of just sitting around hoping that a ring spawns in time. Whereas this one, the match can be done before even like a third ring would spawn. On to level 4. I think the main opponent for Winner here, obviously outside of the Hyper Contender opponent, is the timer right now. Also, speaking of Hyper Contender, I did not realize until the other day how creepy this background is, with just like one figure standing at the end of this staircase watching your match. But it is incredibly ominous. Meanwhile, on to level 5 or wave 5 already. Toots is looking to be pretty on pace. Definitely good to just take your time through here. These Rakshasa spikes can be pretty tough. That's a good distance. Braz is probably one of Elka's worst matchups, just because Braz does have the advantage for distance. So it is good to be done with that one, I would say. Toots, interestingly, not going back for the extra points. This is about the spot where you can finish this goal. But depending on your points, yeah, it looks like Toots has got to get another 5k here, so. When you're playing this nice and safe, trying to just use the distance advantage with Elka and space sideways. Voltana, you don't really want to be on a different level then. Stage 7 Donkus again. For some reason, Donkus has been the enemy of Hyper Contender tonight, and I'm not sure why. We all love you, Donkus. Please be nice. God, Donkus just said, fuck that. Donkus should count for a boss. So true. No matter where you encounter him in your Hyper Contender run. Winner got good spacing there, though. Okay. Through Donkus, it's the Elka versus Elka showdown. The good thing about battling Elka versus Elka specifically is you can have kind of the, I was going to say you can have the advantage with the speed. Very, very, very clean final fight. And with that, winner got it. Marks off the bingo. That's GG's.
Oh my god.
GG.
Whew. What a game, yo.
That's the second bingo match in a row I've won on Hyper Contender. What is going on right now?
Hey, that's your game.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's not my game.
To be fair, you both had some issues in that Hyper Contender square today, so it definitely wasn't just one or the other, but
Oh yeah.
very, very clutch final match. That was very fun to watch.
Yeah, oh my god.
Good job, good job.
That was a
Dudes, honestly, I was feeling very unhopeful for most
Yeah.
of that match.
yeah, that was,
You were cleaning up the quick tiles, and I was like, what am I gonna make out of this? I don't
yeah.
know.
That was an interesting one because after Toots got that rush of quick squares, you both had kind of a period where you were kind of trying to make some progress on the harder ones here.
Oh yeah. This card is like a slog, I swear.
Yeah.
That's
So much slowness.
Yeah.
not the worst for me.
Yep, you both
And I
did
like
really
how
well
we
though.
didn't- Yeah, I like how we didn't get any like Magic Garden or Pin Golf or Mortal 2 or any of the fast gold discs.
Yeah.
No Night Manor.
Yeah, it was
It's like, you're kind of stuck doing like, well, Waldorf's Journey's fast.
Yeah. Just casually
Zelfazar's Hat could be like 10 minutes, but otherwise, like,
just gold disc onion delivery.
oh yeah. I mean, I was
Yeah.
a little over halfway there, I guess. But
Yeah. You could have, I guess the fastest one on here was probably camouflage. Now that I'm looking at the card again, because camouflage gold disc is like
True.
5 minutes. But either way, neither of
If
you
know
were.
it.
Yeah, neither of y'all were super close. We were kind of talking about it while Guri was still here. But I think these like gold disc and gifts from this card goals are actually going to be kind of hard in season 2, depending on what games you get.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
like,
I got the Waldorfs.
mhm.
I was planning of if I managed to get the score in Rakasha, I was thinking of trying to load it
Yeah,
then on delivery, but that's it.
yeah. We
Oh yeah, and
Guri identified pretty quickly that bottom left or bottom up diagonal was definitely going to come into play. So it's cool that it did, because that was a pretty big one. Yeah, and it kind of sucks that Zoldath
That's
doesn't
right,
count for
yeah.
that, because Trotters was definitely fun to see.
yeah, and I'm surprised I actually got that first try. I think that was faster than my casual cherry clear. So
Yeah,
it was a very friendly seed.
yeah.
Like everything was just sitting right there, pretty much.
How many times did you try a hyperclothing? And I think 2 times at the final stage.
Oh,
Well,
hybrid Ender. Well, I went to it about, I want to say 20-30 minutes into the match, thinking that it was the old draft mode square, but it
Oh.
was not. Because that would have been fast.
Yeah.
Draft mode was not, so I decided I'd just, since I was there, I'd give it a shot, and then if I died, then I would just move on. And I lost in round 3 or 4. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a couple of pretty quick deaths otherwise in Hyper Contender, except for the Wave 8 unfortunate losses, but
I was hoping you were a Planet Zelda and it was a hard seed, so I could.
yeah,
Play
there was
Zelda.
there was a point where Winner was in Planet Zoldath and Toots was in the final wave of Hyper Contender, and unfortunately lost
Oh my
in the
gosh.
final wave of Hyper Contender, so
Oh, that's a heartbreaker.
yeah, that match definitely came down to that Hyper Contender square specifically for both of you, I would say.
Oh man.
Then I try again and I say, you know what?
Yeah,
Then
not much you can do when you've like tried it twice and you're getting ripped away from both times. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
Well,
great job, both of you. That was very fun to commentate.
yeah, that was a
Yeah.
fun match. I
yeah,
do want to mention.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
It's okay. I do want to mention earlier in Mooncat, I was questioning whether the egg-like thing attached to Mooncat in the intro counted as an egg. But
I'm
opted
not
on the
sure
side
if
of caution.
I'm not sure if that one does, but I think there's another egg on that route that counted, like an enemy or something that would have counted.
I'm
'Cause-
looking here. It says red, green, yellow eggs and egg platforms count as
Okay.
eggs in Mooncat.
yeah,
I
so
don't
is,
know what the egg platforms are.
Matt, if you would like to help educate, because I don't actually know offhand what the egg platforms are either.
Yeah, let me open the chat here. Open the stream rather.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just figured, what the heck, I'll just gold disc. I'll just gold disc Mooncat. It doesn't count toward the gold disc either because of the new rules, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
let me see what my time was actually, because I'm curious.
I think you.
Oh, they're the pink blocks that
507.
spawn. 507's good. Yeah.
Nice.
They're the pink
Oh,
blocks
right,
that spawn
okay.
when you jump over the little like green Easter
Yeah, I
Island
completely
tattoo.
forgot
Yeah,
about those.
yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah,
have
so
remembered
I
those. Right.
technically had that square like 2 minutes sooner than I marked it off.
Yeah, and I think you actually had that sooner because I think if were remembering right, you just have to see the egg in Divers. You don't actually have to purchase it.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
do you just have to look at the egg in the shop?
I think so. Yeah.
Just look
Oh,
at-
I thought you had to buy the egg in the shop.
Yeah, I honestly I
Shit,
thought you
just
had to buy
played
the egg
Mooncat all
too.
the way through for no
Yeah.
reason.
But that's okay. You were flexing with the gold disc.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
baker's 10 of eggs.
Yeah, exactly. The rules doc, I guess, apparently does say just seeing it in the shop count. So
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I guess good to know, because I wasn't tripping.
When you got the both pilot quest goals too,
Yeah.
I spent time making progress in it. But instead of going in the white zone, I made 2 ingots. I think instead I should have explored it. It would
Yeah.
be better.
Winter definitely did pretty well with the pilot quest, just popping out, getting some meats and ingots, popping back in, getting more.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Pilot Quest was super stingy with me.
Yep.
With ingots.
It sure
Like,
was.
I had to exit and re-enter like, what was it, 3 or 4 times?
I think,
Thankfully,
yeah.
I got some meats in later trips, so it wasn't nearly as
Nice.
bad as it could have been.
Yeah, and then on that like 4th try or whatever it was, you got like 6 or 7 ingots, and it was just fine. But before that, I was definitely pretty stingy about it.
Yeah, I just got all my ingots at the back half.
Yeah. Did notice that neither of you went for that new Devolution square.
Which one?
The new Devolution square, the beat 5 rounds,
Oh,
placing
yeah.
away the middle square.
Oh, I
I
tried
mean, beating
it
5 rounds in the
once.
first place seems pretty brutal, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried once. It's very hard. At least the time I tried.
Yeah, I think it's probably more RNG than some of the other Devolution goals, just
Yeah.
because you're hoping that you get the things in the middle space, but
That's true, you're kind of locked in.
yeah.
Yeah, and then I forget. You can forget and pick another one.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard to play.
Yeah, but either way, very, very fun match for both of you. That was a fun one to commentate and a fun one to watch. So, for those that don't know, this was the losers bracket semifinals. So the match between Guri and Pizza will determine who winners playing in losers finals. And then the winner of that match will go on to play the winner of the Guri Pizza match. And I don't actually know when Guri and Pizza are playing together, but stay tuned for that, because I assume that one will also be casted. I'm not actually sure when it is, though, but
It's gonna be a fun match.
yeah, that'll be a good one.
Oh yeah. That'll be good.
But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. If you guys don't, GG. That was fun.
Yeah, thank you for casting, CO.
Of course.
Yes, that's all. Thank you for the cast.
Yeah,
Thanks for the
of
match, winner.
Yeah, thank you
Was
too,
that-
Toots. That was a lot of...
Oops. I accidentally hung up on y'all. Whoops, sorry. Have a good night.
It's fine. Just
Yeah, that was
just
kind of
say
sudden, sorry.
Bye bye.
Yeah, no worries. Good game again. Definitely looking forward to seeing more. Alright. So that will go ahead and call it for us as well. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Yeah, that was a great match. I'm definitely glad that we were able to get that one up. And Winnerbit, the winner in chat. GG's. Let's go ahead and try to pass y'all off to someone playing UFO 50.